This is the world of missions that are not for the faint of heart. Oversized cargo, roads where there is no room for mistakes, and operators who know that being off by just a few centimeters can turn the entire operation into a disaster. Every mission is a demanding test of power, technology, and human skill. Are you ready to witness incredible operations that amaze even experienced engineers? Join Mandarin Tech as we explore some of the world's most powerful heavy machines and the most impressive heavy transport operations ever carried out. "342 tons of steel are slowly moving along a narrow road, carrying one of the most important pieces of equipment in the power system, a high-capacity transformer. To move this massive load through tight curves, sloped roads, and crowded residential areas, the transport team has to use a specialized multi-axle trailer system, similar to a girder bridge trailer configuration, or a modular heavy trailer used in oversized and overweight transport. This type of trailer helps distribute the load across many axles, reducing pressure on the road surface, while also allowing more precise steering when passing through limited spaces. With a piece of equipment worth millions of dollars and playing a vital role in the power grid, even a small misalignment could lead to serious consequences. From a distance, it looks like a giant industrial ship silently gliding across the ground. The long cylindrical steel body, weighing up to 750 tons, is placed on a self-propelled modular transporter, or SPMT, with rows of closely arranged axles underneath. What is truly remarkable is not only the size of the load, but the way this massive structure moves with almost no visible vibration. Each wheel unit on the SPMT can steer, lift, lower, and balance the load independently, allowing the vehicle to adjust its direction with extreme precision while carrying an enormous weight. Its speed is very slow, but every movement is controlled like an open-air mechanical surgery. The engineering team must constantly monitor hydraulic pressure, tilt angle, ground conditions, and the safety clearance around the load. Under the heat and dust of the worksite, the SPMT shows why it is considered one of the most powerful symbols of modern heavy transport. Developed to serve the energy, petrochemical, and large-scale infrastructure industries, the Liebherr LR 13,000 is one of the most powerful crawler cranes ever built. What makes the LR 13,000 special is not only its enormous lifting capacity, but also the combination of power, stability, and flexibility. With a maximum lifting capacity of up to 3,000 tons, this machine can handle industrial equipment with dimensions comparable to a multi-story building. Components for nuclear power plants, petrochemical reactor towers, or offshore modules weighing thousands of tons all fall within the range of work it was designed to perform. Its massive crane system allows the LR 13,000 to reach heights of more than 200 meters, making it capable of working on projects of exceptional scale. However, heavy lifting does not depend only on height or pulling force. To maintain stability throughout the operation, the crane is equipped with a counterweight system with a total mass of thousands of tons. Every component is calculated precisely to create optimal balance when operating at extreme limits. Beneath this giant steel structure are high-power engines and a modern electronic control system that allows the operator to control every movement with high precision. Sensors, cameras, and monitoring software continuously track the crane's working condition to ensure absolute safety during critical lifting operations. If the Liebherr LR 13,000 represents lifting power on a massive scale, then the Liebherr R 9250 Super Longreach shows a completely different kind of strength. The power of reach, stability, and precision in places where ordinary excavators can barely access. This machine looks like a giant steel arm stretching out from the ground. Its extra-long boom allows it to work from a distance, reaching deep, high, or dangerous areas without forcing the operator to bring the entire machine too close to the risk zone. That is why long-reach excavators are often used for special jobs such as high-rise demolition, river dredging, embankment work, mining operations, or clearing materials in hard-to-reach areas. What makes a machine like the Liebherr LR 2350 Super Longreach so impressive is that the farther its arm extends, the greater the pressure placed on the machine frame, the hydraulic system, and the rear counterweight. Because of that, the entire structure must be designed to maintain balance in every movement. Even a simple swing, bucket lowering, or material pulling action requires precise coordination between engine power, hydraulic pressure, and the operator's experience. Every boom extension and every bucket movement must be slow, steady, and safe. The Liebherr LR 2350 Super Longreach is not simply a larger-than-normal excavator. It is a tool that helps humans expand the limits of work, bringing mechanical power to places that once could only be reached with much more complex equipment. The Komatsu P&H L-2350 does not enter the frame like an ordinary construction vehicle. It appears in the middle of an open pit mine with a heavy, slow-moving presence, but just one look at the massive bucket at the front is enough to understand that this machine was built for extreme work. In a mining environment, everything is larger than usual. Mine roads are as wide as highways, haul trucks stand as tall as two-story buildings, and piles of rock and earth stretch out like artificial hillsides. In the middle of that scene, the L-2350 has one clear mission: scoop as much material as possible in the shortest amount of time, then load it into the giant mining trucks waiting nearby. What makes this wheel loader impressive is not only its enormous size, it is the way the entire machine works together in each loading cycle. When the bucket drives into a pile of material, the engine must produce enough pushing force to drive hundreds of tons of steel into the rock. A moment later, the hydraulic system lifts the bucket, the body of the machine dips slightly under the weight, and the operator guides it toward the haul truck at the right angle to unload safely. In large-scale mining, every minute of downtime can affect the entire production chain. The Komatsu P&H L-2350 helps keep the working rhythm moving. It does not need to show off or move at high speed. This machine leaves an impression through endurance and efficiency. In the deep sound of its engine and the dust filling the air, it turns mechanical power into real productivity, one bucket load at a time. The Mantsinen 120 is one of the heavy-duty material handlers often seen at seaports, bulk cargo yards, steel plants, timber yards, and scrap recycling facilities. Its job is not to dig soil like a normal excavator, but to pick up, swing, and move materials from one place to another with high speed and strong precision. The easiest thing to notice about the Mantsinen 120 is its long boom, which allows the machine to reach far enough to work with cargo ships, trucks, conveyor belts, or large material piles in a yard. Depending on the job, it can be fitted with different attachments, such as a bulk grab, timber grapple, lifting magnet, or scrap grab. Because of that, the same machine can handle many different types of material without replacing the entire machine. In real operation, the Mantsinen 120 is valued for being fast, stable, and suitable for long working shifts. Each cycle is usually very clear. Extend the boom, grab the material, lift it, swing the cabin, release the load, and then return for the next cycle. The work may sound repetitive, but if the machine is only a few seconds slower in each cycle, the productivity of the whole port or the production line behind it can be affected. Another important point is that the Mantsinen 120 can be built with different undercarriage options, such as wheels, tracks, rails, or a fixed mounting. This makes it suitable for many types of work sites, from large seaports to factories with limited space. In industrial material handling, this is the type of machine that helps cargo move faster, reduces waiting time, and keeps the entire operation from being interrupted. This aircraft is being dismantled directly at a recycling yard. An excavator moves close to the fuselage, using hydraulic shears to cut through the aluminum skin, pull away large sections, and collect them for the next stage of processing. Parts such as the wings, tail, fuselage, passenger cabin, and structural frame are removed section by section, instead of being torn apart all at once in a messy way. Before heavy machinery begins working on the main body, the dismantling team usually removes valuable components first. Seats, wiring, electronic equipment, hydraulic systems, landing gear, and certain technical parts may be taken out separately for inspection, reuse, or resale if they still meet the required standards. The remaining part of the aircraft is then cut into smaller pieces using excavators, forklifts, cranes, and other specialized equipment. An aircraft has a complex structure and is made from many different materials, including aluminum, steel, titanium, copper, engineering plastics, and composites. Because of this, the dismantling process must go together with material sorting. If the materials are sorted properly, the amount of metal and reusable components recovered can be very valuable. This is the final stage in the life cycle of an aircraft. It no longer serves any flights, but the materials inside can still continue to be used in new production lines. The MG8 Straddle Carrier is a specialized vehicle used in container ports. What makes the MG8 Straddle Carrier interesting is the way it turns a container yard that may look chaotic into an organized system of movement. In a port environment, containers do not only need to be lifted and placed down. They must be moved to the right lane, the right position, and at the right time to match vessel schedules, truck schedules, and yard storage plans. This is where this type of vehicle shows its real value. With its tall body, wide field of vision, and ability to maneuver through narrow traffic lanes, the MG8 Straddle Carrier can work continuously between dense rows of containers without needing much support from other equipment. The operator sits high in the cabin, observes the entire area below, and controls each movement so the container does not shift, collide, or slow down the vehicles around it. In a busy port, the strength of the MG8 is not found in one impressive lifting moment, but in its steady working rhythm. It receives a task, moves, handles the container, and then continues to the next job almost without stopping. Each cycle may only take a few minutes, but when repeated hundreds of times a day, it directly affects the cargo handling speed of the entire port area. The MG8 Straddle Carrier is not the kind of machine that stands at the center of the frame like a giant crane, but it keeps everything behind the port running in the right rhythm. Without machines like this, containers could quickly pile up, trucks would have to wait longer, and the flow of goods would lose the continuity it needs. The XCMG XCA4000 is one of the most modern all-terrain cranes today, developed mainly for large-scale wind power projects. As wind turbines become taller, blades become longer, and nacelles become heavier, ordinary cranes are no longer able to work efficiently. This is why the XCA4000 was created. The most notable feature of this machine is its rated lifting capacity of up to 4,000 tons. According to XCMG, the XCA4000 can lift a load of 230 tons to a height of 170 meters, making it suitable for installing wind turbines with a capacity of more than 10 megawatts. Some sources also state that it is designed for turbines with hub heights of up to 190 meters and a maximum capacity of up to 15 megawatts. Unlike crawler cranes, which often require complex assembly, disassembly, and relocation, the XCA4000 uses a multi-axle wheeled chassis. This makes it more flexible when moving between different positions on a wind farm construction site. The vehicle body is nearly 30 meters long and has 11 axles. All axles are steerable, and 8 of them are powered, allowing the machine to maneuver better despite its enormous size. In real operation, the XCA4000 is not only responsible for lifting heavy components to great heights, it must keep the load stable in windy conditions and align the nacelle, hub, or turbine blades precisely into position at the top of the tower. Even a small angle deviation can force the entire installation process to stop for adjustment. Because of this, the crane's control system, sensors, and safety technology play a very important role. The Liebherr T264 battery electric is an electric mining truck developed from the T264 series, a truck designed for large-scale open-pit mining operations. Instead of relying completely on a diesel engine like traditional mining trucks, this version uses a battery electric drivetrain to transport rock, ore, and heavy materials in harsh mining environments. A key part of this model is its high-power charging system. Liebherr says the charging solution for the T264 battery electric can reach up to 6 megawatts and charge the truck in less than 1 hour. From the outside, it still looks like a massive mining machine with huge wheels and a large dump body. But inside, it represents a new generation of heavy machinery. Powerful, cleaner, and designed for the automated mines of the future. From battery electric mining trucks and autonomous pile-driving robots to heavy transport systems and cranes capable of lifting massive structures, everything in this video shows one clear point. Today's heavy machinery is no longer built only to be stronger. It is becoming more precise, more intelligent, and better suited to the demands of the modern world. Each machine in this video represents a different limit that humans are trying to push beyond. Lifting higher, carrying heavier loads, moving more safely, working more cleanly, and maintaining better control in harsh environments. And as technology continues to develop, the machines that seem almost impossible today may become the standard of tomorrow. Don't forget to subscribe to Mandarin Tech to keep exploring some of the most impressive machines in the world.